Okay, good morning all. In last class we discussed full wave rectifier with center tapped transformer, parameter derivations and problems, right? And there are few drawbacks for full wave rectifier center tapped transformer and few advantages. Coming to the advantages, AC component ripple factor. Okay, AC component is less in output. Okay, compared to the half wave rectifier, here the half wave rectifier AC component is 1.21, whereas here 0.48. And efficiency also maximum, nearly 80%, more than just slightly more than 80% efficiency, right? And coming to the disadvantages, here the a few drawbacks. It is difficult to locate the center tap. Coming to the transformer here, okay, already we know that in transformer, in secondary winding, here it is very difficult to locate exact, okay, exact center point. Center point is connected to ground. Okay, it is very difficult to locate center tap in a transformer. That is one problem. And second one is cost of center tap transformer is high. And third one is PIV, peak inverse voltage or peak reverse voltage. That voltage is equal to 2 Vm, 2 times Vm. Whereas in half wave rectifier, PIV is equal to Vm itself. Whereas in full wave rectifier, center tapped, PIV is equal to 2 Vm. These are the main three drawbacks of full wave rectifier with center tap. One is a transformer problem. It is very difficult to, somewhat difficult to locate the center of the secondary windings. And second one is the cost of the center tap transformer is high. And third one is the PIV or PRV rating of a diode is equal to 2 Vm. Okay, 2 times Vm. Whereas for half wave rectifier, it is only Vm only. Half wave rectifier. Coming to the full wave rectifier, this is 2 Vm. So that Vm is maximum input voltage, right? Vm is equal to Vrms by 2. Okay, like that. So that maximum voltage, peak inverse voltage is equal to 2 Vm only. Okay, to overcome these drawbacks, we go for another type of rectifier circuit. Okay, that is the bridge rectifier, full wave rectifier, and third type of rectifier circuit is bridge rectifier circuit. Okay, observe here, this is the circuit diagram here. This rectifier uses 4 diodes, D1, D2, D3 and D4, and they are connected in a bridge form, right? Okay, this is arrangement, this arrangement is called the bridge arrangement. Already we discussed in, already we learned in physics, I think, right? Western beds, Kelvin beds to measure the resistance, unknown resistance, right? Okay, bridge consists of a 4 arms, right? Here the 4 arms are connected with diodes only, D1, D2, D3 and D4, right? Okay, this is the bridge rectifier. This is the bridge rectifier. 4 diodes are connected in this fashion. Observe here, D1 direction and D4 direction are same. Observe here, D1 direction and D4 direction is same, whereas D2 direction and D3 direction is same. D2, D3 direction is same. D1 and D4 directions are same. Now this is the sinusoidal signal here, input sinusoidal signal. Here the important one is notations. This is the plus, this is the minus, right? During the positive cycle, what happened here? Observe here, this is the plus. Okay, here it is the plus. Okay, here it is the minus. Now what happened means, Okay, observe here the anode and cathode for each diode, anode and cathode, and this is anode and this is cathode, right? That means here the cathode terminal, here anode terminal is negative, here cathode terminal is positive, so the diodes D1 and D4 off. Okay, here off means open circuit. Here observe here diode D1 and diode D4 are off, open circuit. Then coming to the diode D2, this is the plus, anode is connected to the positive terminal of the battery, here this is plus, and here cathode is connected to the negative terminal of the battery. Okay, now diode D2 and D3 are forward bias. Forward bias means short circuit. Okay, this is replaced with short circuit. Diodes D2 and D3 forward bias, whereas diodes D1 and D4 reverse bias. Now coming to the current flowing here, this is the path. Observe here, this is the current flowing through the load resistor R or RL. Now if you consider the diode forward resistance, here it is a 1 RF, here it is another RF, right? Whereas in full wave rectifier or half wave rectifier, okay, diode is only RF, but coming to the here in bridge rectifier, the total diode forward resistance is equal to 2 RF. Remember this one, right? If you consider the ideal diode, no problem. But if you consider the diode forward resistance, now the value is 2 RF, not single RF. For bridge rectifier, 2 RF, right? Okay, this is the during positive cycle. During positive cycle, diodes D2 and D3, D2 and D3 forward bias. Now output follows the input. Okay, output is equal to same. Output follows the input. 0 to Vm T by 2, right? Observe the current direction is important. And observe the current direction. Here the current flowing through the resistor is for this positive cycle. This is the current direction. Remember this one. This is right side plus, left side minus. Okay, then coming to the negative cycle. Okay, during negative cycle of the input, here, what happened here? Observe the terminal voltages. This is minus and this is plus. The terminal voltages are important. This is minus and this is plus. Now observe the configuration. Now what happened means opposite diodes are in forward bias, right? Now these two diodes are D2, D3. D2, D3 are in reverse bias. D1, D4 are in forward bias. Okay. Now these two are in forward bias. D1, D4 are in forward bias. Now what is current direction here? Observe, this is the current direction path. So this is the current direction path, and so on and so on and this one. Now what about here? Diode forward resistance. Here one diode forward resistance RF. Here another diode forward resistance RF. Okay, here in this case also 2 RF. Remember here, diode forward resistance in bridge rectifier is equal to, these two are connected in series, so that 2 RF. Okay, now current flows in this direction only, same as previous direction. Okay, current flows from positive terminal to negative terminals. Now the current direction in this resistive load RL or R, right side plus, left side minus. So that again we are getting the another cycle, positive cycle. Okay, for negative cycle output is positive cycle. Now overall behavior of full wave rectifier using bridge rectifier same as full wave rectifier with center tap. For positive cycles, two diodes are conducts, output follows the input. For negative cycle, another two diodes are connect and also output follows the input with inverse polarity. Right. Now this is the output waveform. This output waveform is same as full wave rectifier output waveform with center tap. That means the parameters, almost all parameters, VDC, VRMS, okay, all these parameters almost same as center tap transformer full wave rectifier. We have derived the parameters, average value or RMS value with respect to output waveform only, right? We have derived the parameters of rectifiers based on the output waveform only. This output waveform is same for full wave rectifier with center tap or bridge rectifier. Only few parameters are different. We will discuss that parameters, right? Okay. And coming to the DCR average value, VDC is equal to 2 Vm by pi, that is equal to 0.63 Vm, right? This is for half wave rectifier, Vm by pi 0.318, whereas in full wave rectifier, DC value is equal to 2 Vm by pi. Okay, that is equal to. If we consider the diode cut-in voltages are practical diodes, now the maximum DC voltage is equal to, okay, here the 2 Vm by pi minus 2 Vt. Okay, that is equal to 0.636 minus 2 Vt. If we consider the diode offset voltages, okay, there are different names are used for breakdown voltage. This 0.7, there are different names are used, offset voltage or breakdown voltage or cut-in voltage, all are the same meaning, right? And subtract here because two diodes are in forward bias, so that 2 into Vt. Okay, threshold voltage or offset voltage or cut-in voltage or breakdown voltage, all are in same meaning. The value of this voltage is equal to 0.7 volt for silicon diode, 0.3 for germanium diode. Okay. Now, one important parameter is different from full wave rectifier with center tap. That one is PIV, peak inverse voltage or peak reverse voltage. It is a maximum reverse voltage appeared across the reverse bias diode, right? Okay, during the positive cycle, okay, this is plus and this is minus. Okay, this is the current direction. Okay, these two diodes are in forward bias and these two diodes are in reverse bias. Now observe here. Now find the voltage, whether reverse voltage across this diode or reverse voltage across this diode. Whether this is the PIV or this is also PIV, right? Okay. Now there are two paths here. One path is, now I change color. Now this is the, with respect to one path is, this is the one path, right? Now here the applied voltage is equal to Vm. Okay. Now what happened when considering that this path, now the reverse voltage is equal to Vm only, right? Peak inverse voltage or peak reverse voltage is equal to Vm only. Or otherwise, if you consider some other path, if you consider this path in opposite direction, right? In opposite direction. Now at that time what happened means this is plus and this is minus. When we consider this one and so on like this, right? Anyhow, the voltage across diode, reverse voltage across diode is only Vm only. Whereas in full wave rectifier with center tap, PIV is equal to 2Vm. But here in full wave rectifier, bridge rectifier, PIV is equal to Vm only. Okay, that is a major difference between the full wave rectifier with center tap and bridge. Okay, another important parameter that differ from the full wave rectifier center tap transformer and full wave rectifier with bridge form. Okay, that form is the TUF, transformer utilization factor. TUF, right? Okay, already we derived last class, we derived the TUF, transformer utilization factor for center tap transformer. While deriving that, we consider the average of TUF due to primary windings and TUF due to secondary windings. Okay. Now observe that TUF is equal to output power delivered to the load PDC by input power Vrms into Irms. This is due to secondary winding. Okay, this is due to secondary windings. Already we know that PDC is equal to V square by R. VDC is equal to 2Vm by pi whole square by R, and Vrms is equal to Vm by root 2, and Irms is equal to Im by root 2. Vrms is equal to Vm by root 2, Irms is equal to Im by root 2, right? Why? Because the current signal, here the current signal is a positive cycle, right? Whereas here the voltage signal is, this is the voltage signal. Okay, now here, then simply substitute here. That is equal to Vrms is equal to Vm by root 2, Irms is equal to, in terms of Vm by root 2 into RL, that is equal to some simplification, and transformer utilization factor is 0.812. Okay, this is a maximum compared to the center tap as well as half wave rectifier, right? Transformer utilization factor. What is meant by transformer utilization factor? Transformer supplies the AC power to the rectifier circuit. How much of AC power is utilized for converting into DC? How much of AC power here? Whereas half wave rectifier, the transformer utilization factor is only 0.28. This is for half wave rectifier. For full wave rectifier with center tap transformer, 0.69. Whereas bridge rectifier, that is increased to 0.812. So that in bridge rectifier, we are using the maximum transformer input power converting into DC power, right? Okay. Okay, these two are the important parameters compared to center tap transformer full wave rectifier. One is tough transformer utilization factor, that is equal to 0.812, right? Whereas another one is PIV. PIV is equal to Vm only, limited to Vm only. Okay, here the, whereas in center tap transformer, that is equal to 2 Vm. Now here this value is equal to Vm. Okay, here the minimum is the better. PIV is minimum is the better. And coming to the transformer utilization factor, maximum is the better. Half wave rectifier 0.28, full wave rectifier with center tap 0.69, and full wave rectifier with bridge 0.812, right? And remaining parameters all are same as center tap transformer rectifier circuit. Full wave rectifier with center tap transformer. What are the remaining values? Efficiency, then VDC, right? Ripple factor, then output frequency, form factor, peak factor. Okay, all are same as center tap transformer, full wave rectifier. Only two parameters. One is the tough and another one is the PIV. Okay. Okay, this is the one comparison table here. Okay. Comparison between the rectifiers. So far we completed three different types of rectifier circuits here. Okay, one is half wave rectifier, and second one is full wave rectifier with center tap transformer, and third one is full wave rectifier with bridge, right? Okay, one is the half wave rectifier, and remaining two are full wave rectifiers. One uses the center tap transformer, and another one uses the bridge form. Transformer is normal transformer. In bridge rectifier, transformer is normal transformer, right? Okay. Now observe the what are the various parameters, the number of diodes used in the rectifier circuits. Number of diodes in the rectifier circuit is, for half wave rectifier, one diode, full wave rectifier with center tap, two diodes, whereas bridge rectifier, four diodes. And coming to the efficiency, efficiency is in half wave rectifier low efficiency, that is only 40.6%, and efficiency for remaining two circuits, bridge and center tap transformer, same 81.2%. Now DC voltage, no load DC voltage, VDC or average value. Here this one is, that is equal to Vm by pi only, 0.316 like that. Vm by pi. In half wave rectifier, the DC component at the output is less, right? Less than the AC component. Whereas in full wave rectifiers, 2 Vm by pi, 2 Vm by pi. And average current or average current across the diode is IDC. Here the IDC by 2, here also IDC by 2. And ripple factor, another important one is ripple factor is, okay, how much of AC component contents in output of DC, that is equal to 1.21 in half wave rectifier, 0.48 in full wave rectifiers. And peak inverse voltage, Vm in half wave rectifier and bridge rectifier, whereas 2 Vm in center tapped transformer. Output frequency is, coming to the half wave rectifier, same as input frequency, whereas in full wave rectifiers, two times the input frequency. And transformer utilization factor, tough, here only 28.7% is utilized, 0.287, whereas in center tap 0.693. This is average transformer utilization in center tap, and maximum transformer utilization in bridge rectifier is 0.812. Okay, remember here, right? The maximum transformer utilization taking place in bridge rectifier only. Now these are all the form factor 1.57. It indicates, it contains some ripples. Pure sine wave 1.11, 1.11, and peak factor is equal to here 2, whereas here the peak value reduces to under root 2 only. Okay, these are the comparisons of rectifier circuits, right? How many are there here? 86 are there, right? Once again, here the important parameters for comparison here is efficiency here. Here the important one is tough, transformer utilization factor 0.287, 0.693, 0.812, and ripple factor also important here. Ripple factor here it is 1.21, 0.48, 0.48, and efficiency, okay, here the only 40% efficiency, here nearly doubles, 81.2%, here also 81%, 2%. And how much of DC contains in the output? It is a Vm by pi, remaining two cases, 2 Vm by pi, 2 Vm by pi. Okay, now consider the problems, right? Okay, okay, problems are based on this parameter values only. This is about bridge rectifier. This, remember this one, these are the parameters. Number of diodes for efficiency 81.2% and 2 Vm by pi IDC, ripple factor, transformer utilization factor, right? Okay. Now here what I given is a 230 volts 50 Hz voltage is applied to the primary of a 4 is to 1. Okay, given the turns ratio 4 is to 1 step down transformer used in a bridge rectifier having a load resistance of 600 ohms. Given RL is equal to 600 ohms and turns ratio 4 is to 1. Okay, first of all, find out the secondary voltage and calculate the some parameters. So DC output voltage, PIV, DC power, and output frequency. Okay, given 230 volts, 50 Hz, right? F information, frequency information 50 Hz at the 230 volts primary. Now the RMS value of transformer secondary voltage is equal to 230 by 4. Okay, why? Because 230 into N2 by N1, that is equal to 230 by 4, that is equal to 57.5 volts. Okay, once you know the VRMS, VM is equal to root 2 into VRMS, that is equal to 81.3 volts. Now what is DC output voltage? DC output voltage is equal to 2 Vm by pi, that is equal to 52 volts. Once you know the DC output voltage, what is the power? DC power delivered to the load. Power P is equal to V square by RL, that is equal to V square DC by RL, that is equal to 2.704 watts. Already know what is PIV across each diode in bridge rectifier, Vm only. That is equal to, we calculated the Vm is equal to 81.3 volts. Here 81.3 volts. What is output frequency? Output frequency is equal to 2 times the input frequency. 2 into 50, that is equal to 100 Hz. Right? Remember this one. Right? What is the given here? The given data is a given data 230 volts. 230 volts, 50 Hz is the given data, and also load resistance is equal to 600 ohm, and a given the turns ratio, that is equal to 4 is to 1. From that, one by one we calculate here. One by one we calculate load resistor. First we calculate the secondary voltage. Secondary voltage how to calculate based on the turns ratio. Okay, already we discussed this type of problems in half wave rectifier as well as full wave rectifier also. Okay, secondary output voltage VRMS is equal to 230 into input into N2 by N1. Okay, N2 is equal to 1 by 4. 230 into, here the value is N2 by N1 into input. Okay, 230 into 1 by 4, that is equal to 57. That is the RMS voltage, right? Now from that RMS voltage, Vm is equal to, relation is root 2 into Vm. Vm is equal to root 2 into VRMS, that is equal to 81.3. Once you know the Vm, from that you can easily calculate VDC. Once you know the VDC, power is equal to V square DC by RL. Okay, that is equal to 2.704 watts. What is given is load resistance is equal to applied a primary step down transfer having a load resistance of 600 ohms. Assuming diodes are ideal diode. Okay, here there is some small mistake here. We consider the load value is equal to 1000 ohms, right? Okay, or 1 kilo ohm. Okay, that is equal to 2.704, and Vm is equal to 81.3, and output is equal to 2 times input frequency. Then coming to the another problem. Okay, here the another problem is a bridge rectifier. The transformer is connected to a 200 volt 60H mains, and the turns ratio of the step down transformer is 11:1. Okay, here the turns ratio is 11:1. Find IDC, voltage across load, and PIV. Right? Okay. Find the voltage across load, that is output voltage. Across the load means DC output voltage. That is equal to VDC is equal to 2 Vm by pi. What is Vm relation? Vm is equal to Vrms into root. Vrms, calculate the secondary. Okay, Vrms primary by turns ratio, N2 by N1, that is equal to, okay, Vrms by turns ratio is 11, that is equal to 18.8 volts. Once you know the Vrms, Vm, once you know the Vm, VDC, right? Okay, once you know the VDC, IDC is equal to VDC by RL. Okay, now here I consider the RL value is equal to 600 ohm. So 600 ohm is equal to 27.26 milliamperes, right? Okay, almost similar to the previous problem. Okay, now what is PIV? PIV is equal to Vm only. Third one, PIV is equal to Vm, that is equal to 25.7 volts. Okay, and coming to the another problem, a bridge rectifier uses 4 identical diodes having a forward resistance of 5 ohm. The given diode forward resistance 5 ohm and the secondary voltage is equal to 30 volts RMS, right? A given secondary voltage RMS is equal to 30 volts, and also a given diode forward resistance for each diode is equal to 5 ohm. Okay, determine some output voltage for IDC current is given 200 milliamperes and output ripple voltage. Now here in this case, okay, transformer secondary resistance is given, okay, 5 ohm, you consider the 5 ohms. As to VRMS is equal to 30 volts and IDC is equal to 200. Okay. Okay, diode, already we know that in bridge rectifier, diode forward resistance is equal to 2 times the single. 2 into RF is equal to 10 ohm. Right. Now VDC is equal to full load is equal to VDC is equal to 2 Vm by pi minus IDC into RF plus RS. Right. Where Vm is equal to root 2 into VRS. Okay. Then simplify. Then that is equal to, here the RF value is equal to 2 times single diode, 2 into 510. Here secondary winding transformer resistance also you consider 5 ohm. Then that is equal to 24 volts VDC. Then ripple factor is equal to, okay, already for full wave rectifier, ripple factor is equal to 0.48. RMS value of the ripple at the output voltage by average value of the output voltage. Okay, that is equal to RMS value of the ripple of the output voltage. 0.48 is equal to RMS value of the output by 24. That is equal to RMS value of the ripple at the output is equal to 0.48 into 24, that is equal to 11.5. Like that you calculate the RMS value of ripple at the output. Okay, or ripple voltage at the output. Okay. Okay. That is about rectifiers. So far we completed 3 different types of rectifier circuits: half wave rectifier and half wave rectifier parameter derivations, and problems. Full wave rectifier full wave rectifier, full wave rectifier. Okay, full wave rectifier, full wave rectifier parameter derivations and problems with the center tap. Now bridge rectifier parameters. Okay, almost same as center tap transformer full wave rectifier parameters, except tough transformer utilization factor and peak inverse voltage. Remaining all are same as center tap full wave rectifier and full wave rectifier problems. Now another topics in second unit is filters, right? What is meant by filter? Why we are using the filters in rectifier circuits? Okay, consider the full wave rectifier. Okay, this is the full wave rectifier output. Okay, right? Positive cycle repeats continuously. So what is the input here? Like this. This is the input, right? For positive. Uh, okay, this is about input. For positive, this is positive. For negative also, we are getting positive. Like that, it will repeats. Okay, this is input signal. For this input signal, this is the full wave rectifier output. Okay, observe here, the DC value here, when we solve the derive the expressions, what is DC content here? 2 Vm by pi, almost like this 0.63 something like. Okay, DC content is 0.63 only. That means what it indicates, full wave rectifier output contains some AC component also, right? It does not a pure DC signal, right? This signal also contains a AC also, AC as well as DC signal also, right? Then, but we require for power supplies, we require only pure DC signal. But rectifier output is not sufficient to connect the load, because load require a pure DC voltage. But in rectifier output, it contains some AC components or ripples in the output of rectifier output. Okay, then how to convert this rectifier output signal into pure DC signal? Okay, almost all pure DC signal. Okay, where this signal is given to rectifier output. Rectifier output is given to some filter circuits, then output of filter is like this. Okay, here is shown some ripples in this filter output also, but actually almost constant, we are getting almost constant. Some light, there may be something like light ripples even in filter output also. Okay, this signal is given to regulator circuit. Then regulator output is, if we pass this filter output to regulator, GNR regulator or some other regulator circuit, then output as contains a constant, right? Okay. Okay, these two are the blocks, again remaining blocks in power supply block diagram is filter circuits. Why we are using filters means full wave rectifier output contains AC components also, right? Okay, observe here. This signal, it will contains also AC components. It is not a pure DC. Then how to convert this signal into approximately equivalent DC signal is using filters, right? Okay, there are so many different types of filters here. One is inductor filter and next one is capacitor filter. Okay, pure inductor, pure capacitor filter, and again combination of inductor and capacitor, LC or L section filter, and combination of here CLC, capacitor, inductor, capacitor. connected in a pipe type, right? Okay, connected in pipe fashion. Okay, or pi type filter, L section filter or pi type filter, right? Okay, the main functionality of filter is it will convert rectifier output into approximately equivalent to DC signal. Okay, it does not again contain pure DC signal. Still, filter output also some small ripples. Okay, that can be converted into pure DC using some regulator circuit, Zener diode regulator circuits, right? Okay, that is about the filter circuits. Once again, here the functionality of filter is filter converts the full wave rectifier output signal into approximately equivalent DC component. Okay, different types of filters: inductor filter, capacitor filter, a LC combination, or CLC combination. Okay. Now, before going into the in detail analysis of filters, first of all, it is observe the full wave rectifier output waveform. What type of waveform? It is a periodic signal. Okay, it is a periodic signal whose period is time period is, suppose this is the pi, it will repeats 0 to pi continuous. It is a periodic signal and amplitude is equal to Vm or Vm. By using Fourier series, right? By using Fourier series, we can easily derive the expressions for DC components and AC components separately in the given output waveform, right? Okay. This is about this is the full wave rectifier output. Okay. For this one, find the exponential Fourier series for the rectified sine wave as shown in figure. Okay. Okay, this is the signal. It is a rectified output signal, right? For this one, we have to calculate the Fourier series. By using Fourier series, already we studied in mathematical analysis, right? Okay, here the signal is defined. F of t is equal to Em or Vm. Okay, Em sine theta exists only 0 less than theta less than pi, and 0 remaining pi less than theta less than t, 2 pi. Okay, this is the signal definition, right? Then already we know that A naught and AN. Okay, by using normal simplification procedure and mathematical simplification procedures, and we find out the AC component in the signal as well as DC component in the signal, right? Okay, once we know the AN and BN values, then simply substitute here. Then after that, finally we get this type of expression. This type of expression here, it is as signal is equal to 2 Em by pi minus 4 Em by pi. Okay, summation of n is equal to even number to infinity cos n theta by n square minus 1. Right? Now, if we consider the n is equal to 2, we are considering n value is small values. Okay, neglecting the higher degrees, n is equal to 2, n square minus 1 is equal to 3, that is 3 pi. So 2 Vm by pi minus 4 Vm by 3 pi into cos 2 theta, right? Okay, this is the expression. The final expression is, okay, after applying the Fourier series concept to the full wave rectifier output circuit, that is equal to, the output contains a 2 Vm by pi. Already we derived 2 Vm by pi, that is equal to DC component, right? Already we derived 2 Vm by pi. The first term here indicates the DC component and second term indicates the magnitude of AC component, right? Okay, of course there is a cos 2 theta also, right? So I am considering the magnitude point of view. Here the 2 Vm by pi, here the first term 2 Vm by pi is the DC component, whereas second term is the magnitude of AC component, right? Okay. Then rectifiers are mainly designed using some reactive components like capacitor and inductors. Already we know the capacitor properties and inductor properties. Only 2 minutes left, right? Uh, Here already we know that reactance of capacitor is equal to 1 by omega c. Omega is equal to 2 pi f. For DC signal, what is frequency? Frequency is equal to 0. Okay, 1 by 0 is equal to infinity. That means it will provide the infinite reactance for DC signals. That means it does not allow the DC component. It allows the AC components, right? That is about capacitors. And coming to the inductors, inductor reactance is equal to 2 pi FL. For F is equal to 0, that is DC component signals. For F is equal to 0, reactance is equal to 0. Okay, that means it allows the DC. The final conclusion here it is capacitor allows AC signal and blocks DC signal, whereas inductor allows DC signal and blocks AC signal. Remember these concepts, right? Here the concept is capacitor allows AC components and blocks DC component. Inductor allows DC component and blocks AC component. Rectifier output consists of both AC component and as well as DC component. If this component is given to the filter is designed using capacitor and inductor combinations. Then based on the properties of this, output contains AC and output does not contain AC, like that, right? Okay, this is about today's class. Today we completed the bridge rectifier, right? Today we completed the bridge rectifier parameters and bridge rectifier problems, and also we entered into the filters topic, and we derived the full wave rectifier output Fourier series concept. It consists of some AC component as well as DC component, right? And also we studied the filter, the two reactive components like capacitor and inductor properties, right? Capacitor allows AC, blocks DC. Inductor allows DC, blocks AC, right? And thank you for joining. Thank you. If you have any doubt, please write in your WhatsApp group. Thank you. You may leave the class. Thank you.
Many pencils, huh? I